And we're back, chat. And we're back, chat. Tapped in, tapped in. Welcome back to another Daily Dose Media session. Live and direct. For me, live and direct media session. Yeah, I wanted to. Let's get this music started first. Stopped. Slow down. Welcome back. Another session.
Come on, man.
Tap in. Tap in, chat. But everybody, yeah, today's gonna have to day in the market. We're just gonna get straight into it because there's been a whole lot of drops. We got Trump, Elon beef. We got everything under the sun, chat. Hopefully we get some analysts in just now. Get some sports news in the game as well. But let's see what's up here. So far, chat, today's been hectic. Bitcoin slump. We got a dip to 100K amidst a staggering 837 mil crypto position disappearing. This highlights the volatility, definitely. So this is ongoing. Watch. Why are Elon and Donald Trump fighting? Tensions rise as Musk evolving political stance clash with Trump's transitioning views. So that's been something that's going on heavily, right? Yeah, we can see how that's affected the market, right? That shit has dropped the market, dropped Bitcoin and Tesla, right? Tesla along with it, of course. And just more markets to watch, more scrutiny. And yeah, a lot of big changes right now, chat. If your first time in the chat, make sure you comment down below. Yeah, so important. So we see how Donald Trump and Elon are affecting the market today. That's the main thing. Yeah, that's the main thing, chat. Tesla down almost 20%. I see, I'm pretty sure. Let's check, make sure we're giving accurate numbers, but pretty sure more than 13 for sure. Let's see, 14%. So I was right. Yeah, 14% for the day. That's crazy. Post market, it came back up a bit. But yeah, still watching, monitoring. As you can see, the market's super volatile because of these type of things that can happen so easily, right? So something to keep watching, chat. Let's keep watching these market updates. Stay tapped in with Daily Dose Media, of course. How else you can get those updates? Yeah, big changes. We got Bitcoin mining algorithm is set to reclaim the throne. We got exciting news. Walmart and Wing are expanding drone delivery to 5 more US cities. Say goodbye to long wait times. Hello to speedy delivery. So we've seen Walmart really changing the game with this and trying to compete with Amazon. So that's another good thing to be watching, right? Competition feeds growth. And yeah, this is another one of those competitions happening right now. So keep an eye out for Walmart. Wing, I've never heard of, so definitely would look into that. But we got Amazon launched their new R&D group dedicated to advancing agentic AI and robotics. So aims to innovate, enhance automated solutions for everyday challenges. Stay tuned for groundbreaking developments. So you can see everybody's really getting tapped in with AI now. these changes are happening even faster. Yeah, and what did it say? Yeah, so we're just gonna keep watching, chat. A lot of changes. Amazon. We got everybody tapping into AI right now. Mainly why? Because it's the biggest thing happening right now. It's the biggest thing you need to be tapped into right now because it's taking over, chat. It's taking over, chat. Hold on. We're gonna get Zoe in here just now to get some sports updates as well. But for now, tap in. Make sure you're following if you ain't follow. Get some merch, link in the bio. Scan the QR code, tap in. What did that just say? Oh, that's crazy. Uber exploring stable coins to reduce global payment costs. This is what I'm saying. It's going to be a matter of time before Bitcoin literally just blows up. Bitcoin stalls as investors watch for signs of the market. Yeah, so just be cautious right now and just keep buying, honestly, during these type of market downturns. Jeez, Snapchat update for Apple Watches. That's good. Snapchat users can now be able to see what's happening on their wrists. So that's a good integration right there. Yeah, so many updates, chat. Stay involved. Stay updated with Daily Dose Media. Now we're gonna go through a reaction.
So there's
Wealth Squad Chris. This guy's always giving out the best Bitcoin game. I'm following him for years. It's a message that
a lot of people
could probably help a lot of people. So
who sound smart to dumb people who try to convince you that you're too late to Bitcoin. But check this out. This is interesting. You're imagining this is the Bitcoin chart, right? Boom, 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 right? And then someone's like, hey, you should buy Bitcoin. You're like, bro, look at that chart. Why would I buy Bitcoin? Because in your mind, you should have bought it here, or maybe even here, but now it's up here. Why would you buy it, right? The reason why you think it's too low is because you remember where it used to be. I used to see Bitcoin at this price. I used to see it at that price, and instead of considering where it's going in the future. So you and your ego are thinking, oh, I remember when Bitcoin was down here. I remember when it was down here. I remember when it was down here. I should have bought it when it was over here. Should have bought it over here. Should have bought it over here. But now it's all the way up here. Or you could go do the knowledge, and then you can start to like realize, the government keeps printing more money. They keep borrowing more money. All that money hits the economy. That's what's causing all the inflation. If I don't want to get poor, if I don't want inflation to eat me up, if I want to be able to buy a house one day for my family, afford education for my kids, all that good stuff, I need someone to protect me from inflation. This is why this thing was created. You actually go do the knowledge, right? So even though it's at the top of the chart, you're like, I'm just gonna buy a little bit of it. Like every paycheck, I'm gonna put $200 in, $300 in. Now, why would you think like that? Because you're not thinking about where it came from. You're thinking about where it's headed. All right, I think more people are going to grasp the same concept that I just came to, terms with. I think corporations are going to do the same thing. I think eventually states are going to do the same thing because we're all suffering from the same problem. You get what I'm saying? So now when you're looking at this chart, you're like, yeah, I think this trend is going to continue because more people are going to catch on and realize how valuable it is. And I think assets are going to go digital. Bitcoin's never been hacked. Sure, some exchanges have, but I'm going to learn how to store my Bitcoin, all that good stuff, right? So this is another form of money that's kind of like digital gold, but a lot more valuable to a lot more people. So I think that people are just going to keep adopting it. So I don't care that I missed it here or here or here. I'm not going to try to time it. I'm just going to buy it and wait. Before we get back to the chart, the reason why I'm even making this video today is because this dude, Lauren Hoddle, he posted this. He found an old buy from his Coinbase, right? Look at this buy. Finally logged back on the Coinbase. All right, he spent $300 to buy 0.27 Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was $1,000 back then.
Like, that's the power of this shit, chat. Like, I hope people are taking that in. The Bitcoin went from whatever he was buying it for, right, chat, to literally 23,000, 28,000, whatever that was right there, chat. So it's like you investing right now. You're not trying to double up in a year. You're not trying to triple up in a. You're trying to stay invested and get invested from now. Because once you're invested now, you're going to be able to get more opportunity and get in there, right? Keep buying, keep executing. Because right now, Bitcoin has dropped. Let's see the current price so we can actually keep you guys accurate and current. Right now, today's date, June 5th, it is at 101,766 at 7:04 p.m. So we know that this is happening, right? So this is happening right now as we speak. Yeah, live. So we'll be able to see where we go from here, chat. Why did this?
This is how that played out. Boom, 105K. Check this out, 105,000 times 0.27, 28K. His $300 purchase is now worth 28,000. Now just play that in the future.
Bitcoin. So add them gains up, chat.
Every 300 you buy today.
Add them gains up, chat. And like we said, this is something that anybody can do. So it's like you can't think like, oh, these guys are doing it. Only people with money. Anybody can literally tap into this chat. So make sure you at least got some, right? Because you never know. Just get some, because you never know, just in case. A lot of game, chat. A lot of game for us to tap into. A lot of game for you to tap into, honestly. Because Daily Dose been snapping. These changes are happening regularly, by the hour, by the day. So blockchain, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is gaining momentum as Ether's ETFs rally for the 13th consecutive day. Bullish trends reshaping the crypto landscape. So definitely something to watch there. We got Apple news. Everybody mostly switched to iOS 18, so they're saying that's a very good thing. Most phones have switched over, so we are tapped in. Let me get you guys on some bookmarked gains. This was actually key. So Drake recently got a bag 300 M's for the sale of Dave's Hot Chicken, rumored to be holding 25 to 35% stake in the restaurant chain, which just required for 1.1 billion. So yeah, 300 M got acquired for 1 billion. I think he got 300 M. So shout out to Drizzy. Business moves. happening as we speak. Get some more gains. Make sure you head over, like, share, comment, tap in over there, chat. Like, this ain't no game, chat. We need them likes. Get us in this algorithm. Boost this up. That's how we move, chat. $5 billion. Grant Cardone Capital just announced to buy 100 million of Bitcoin, following everything on Trump.
Viral. It's not sexy. It's the same moves over and over until the world finally claps. But most people quit when it feels repetitive. They confuse boredom with misalignment, when in reality, it's the birthplace of mastery. You're not stuck. You're just impatient. You chase dopamine instead of discipline. You keep looking for a new strategy, new offer, new business, when the real breakthrough is in doing the same thing, but better. That's why broke people keep restarting and wealthy people keep repeating. You don't need more ideas. You need more consistency. You don't need more motivation. You need to fall in love with doing what's boring, because the game doesn't reward creativity. It rewards the ones who keep showing up longer enough after the spark is gone.
Agreed. Chat, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with what she said, because people will always be switching or starting, restarting, adding something new. And that's what separates the rich from the poor. They don't really start something new. They don't start another thing. They just stay tapped in to what they're doing. All right, so that's another lesson, key lesson right there, actually. So, all right, so we want some of y'all, anybody streaming right now,
Everyone wants to be a millionaire, but
tap in right now. I'm gonna drop the link. You can join this discussion right now. Let's hear some opinions and some live views from some people right now. So I'm about to drop this link on X. If you're live on X, head over to the bottom of the live, join the live. Yeah, chat, join the live. Yeah, join the live discussion, tap in. Join. Let's hear from y'all. Let's hear some chats, some viewers. Let's get some background and feedback from the chat. Let's go. Yeah, as we say, a lot going on in this ever so changing society right now, chat. Like, we can't gauge it. We got Trump, Elon fighting. We got Bitcoin falling. I really think Bitcoin fell so Trump could get in lower. Right, so we even have the most trending thing right now that says buy Bitcoin. So that's happening right now. Yeah, chat. So that's the main thing. Make sure you want to join the discussion. Head over to the link in the bio, link at the bottom of the tweet. You have to be on X. Head over, tap in with us. Based on that. So make sure you tap in, chat. We appreciate everybody. Make sure you drop your city in the comments. First time chat, let us know. Let us know if it's your first time in the chat. Yeah, like we said, these things are happening so much, and the main thing is Bitcoin. So I hope a lot of my chat got Bitcoin. Drop some Bitcoin, some B's in the chat if you have Bitcoin. But yeah, we're gonna keep monitoring. It's turning signal a new era of crypto finance. Like, it's always crazy because before something crazy happens in crypto, like a big drop happens to let these billionaires get in, right? So yeah, let's see how it's snapping right now. Like Trump, Elon is out here
massive, outrageous,
retweeting
pork-filled
this shit
congressional spending
right
bill
now.
and a disgusting abomination. The bill is huge, over 1,100 pages. There are completely different interpretations of how the bill impacts our $2 trillion deficit and nearly $37 trillion debt. The Congressional Budget Office, or CBO, says it increases them.
This is
Party
what
shows Trump giving Epstein his personal attention. The footage, shot in
this
November
video
of
back.
1992,
Let's get him
before
dirty.
Trump opened the resort as a club, shows the future
Get him
president
dirty already.
surrounded by cheerleaders for the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, capturing Trump's fun-loving bachelor lifestyle for an appearance on Faith Daniels' NBC talk show.
You get great ratings in your show.
Trump is surrounded by women as music blares in the background. After a while, Trump goes to greet 3 new guests, among them the financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Come on in. Go inside.
More than a decade before his guilty plea on state prostitution charges. Later in the footage, Trump is seen talking to Epstein and another man as women are dancing in front of them. Trump alternates between dancing and pointing out women to Epstein and the other man and telling Epstein about the cameras. Though exactly what they say is difficult to understand as they discuss the women and their appearances, Trump gestures to one and appears to say to Epstein, "Look at her back there. She's hot." And then Trump says something else into Epstein's ear that makes him double over with laughter. But as the president said,
It's a big reach, but hey, man, he was seen with them. That's definitely bad publicity.
of a Mar-a-Lago party shows Trump giving Epstein his
Elon's even saying the Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. Definitely something to keep watching, Chad. He's like spilling the beans right now, so it's good to know these things so you can be prepared for anything. Just know what the fuck is going on, right?
You know, and Elon was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you short Tesla?" And Bill goes, "Well, you know, I talked to my financial advisors, and I looked at the math, and there's no way it's overvalued, and so I'm going to make money on the short."
See, these guys are doing some deep dives into shit.
And Elon goes, what do you care about making money? I thought you were into electric cars and climate change and saving the world. What are you doing, like trying to save a few bucks and betting?
I'm confused how this thing is doing that right now, but hold on.
And he just walked away in disgust. And I think he never talked to Bill Gates after that. And that's when I realized, like, Elon's a purist, you know, he means what he says. Like, the money is a tool for him to get what he's trying to do. And so I take him at face value, which is the crazy thing, because there are a lot of people who set these audacious goals to inspire people, but you kind of know they don't really mean it. Elon, I take at face value. So I really do think he intends to get to Mars. I don't think he's joking about that. And I think he means to get there within a defined window of time. And I don't think it's just like an inspirational faraway goal. I think he's very, very concretely going to do whatever it takes, because Elon doesn't want to go down.
Yeah, so you could see the fight of the billionaires right now. Fight of the billionaires. And he's saying who was right, Elon or Donald Trump. So he's creating a fake beef with them so they can drop the markets and then buy back in lower again. So it's just another fucking scam, chat. Buy the fucking dip. Keep buying the dip. always, keep buying the damn dip. And our good boys over at Earn Your Leisure just dropped their video with Khalees. Left America to buy 300 acres of farmland in Kenya. So shout out to them. Definitely gonna tap into that. We might even watch that live. What's the time? We might catch a glimpse of it. Catch a glimpse. Yeah, I want to tap you guys into that because that's definitely something important to be tapping into right now.
Khalees on her 150 acres, soon to be
Look at that
300
area, man.
acres
Damn.
of land. And in the background, you see this is actually a volcano. Very rare, little known fact. So,
look at that
Khalees,
land,
where
bro.
exactly are we at right now?
Okay, so we're in Naivasha. We're right off of Lake Naivasha. And this is Mount Longonot here. Behind this property, on the other side of the mountain, is the National Reserve. This is all privately owned land here. And it's great, yeah, because as you see, all the animals are free and they're running wild, and we're farming, and it's dope. We're building a little community out
Really
here.
dope.
Yeah, talk to us about the intent, right? We just walked and saw the farm, saw some red onions, some yellow onions. Tell us about what's happening here and what's going to be coming.
Okay, so my plan is to do an all sustainable luxury retreat, like a resort. So along with the farming, doing agriculture, but also having a wellness space so people can come and spot up and relax. We'll have a fine dining restaurant, we'll have bungalows. It's all just about being one with nature, being out here and trying to keep it as part of the ecosystem as possible and just making it all go together. So what I learned in California, I'm bringing here, and I'm learning so much. Like I was telling you, I've learned so much about farming and just how to keep everything sort of as natural and using all the natural resources with the animals and all of it. So it's been great.
So we're going to have the detailed sit-down conversation, but I thought it was important to give people a visual. So on this land, tell exactly what's on this land. You got farming, you got exotic animals, you have, like, what's does all encompass?
Okay, so yeah, we've got farming right now. We're farming onions. And then we've got wildlife, so just working with all of the natural resources. We've got giraffes
Shout out to
and
Khalees,
zebras
man.
and elands.
Don't forget to drop your cities, chat.
impalas and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes you'll get blessed with an elephant walking through and the giraffes hanging out. So it's great because even like the Lake Naivasha,
Okay, make sure you share
I think like
that.
December, January, you'll see it covered with like flamingos, and we get all kinds of owls and ostriches. It's incredible. It's literally like God's country.
Alvin, what's this mean for Africa? Like to actually, for people to visually see things that they might not have an idea even exist.
I think we should just travel more. You know, East Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, there's so much to see. I just think we should also be more educated about what's going on in the world right now. You know, like you said, we have wild animals, EYL, endangered species. But I just really want Black people to work together more, you know, just understand that, like, there's so much happening and we have to really travel and just not be afraid, you know. This was just over a year ago that we started having this conversation, and everyone's out here doing research, and this is going to be a beautiful project, and I want people to just pay attention and, you know, ask as many questions as possible, but also be a part of it. That's it.
Yeah, we're looking at a lake in front of a volcano. I mean, these are rare sightings in the world, right? So talk about the question that everybody
Shout out
wants to know.
Khalees, man. This is
Why
a
Kenya?
huge.
Oh my goodness, Kenya has everything. Kenya has everything. It is the hub of East Africa for technology and finance and obviously agriculture. It just has
would definitely like
everything,
to go to
and it's
Kenya
got
one
kind
day
of the
too,
best
for
of all the worlds. So
sure.
you can be completely far away, like in rural plains like this, or you can be in Nairobi, which is a bustling city with great restaurants and shopping and things like that. So it's amazing. I think that for me, the takeaway is always like, as the diaspora, like wanting people to see that like it's super safe and you can invest money, you can be here, you can live here. I live here, and it's just got all the things you need.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wrap.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, we are here. EYL live
from Kenya.
Studio Travels.
Nairobi, Kenya. We got a
Yeah.
special
Video
guest, special
travels in
episode,
Kenya.
impromptu.
Shout out
We
Khalees.
are with the
Again,
legendary
this is the first
Khalees.
time in
Yeah.
chat. Make sure you drop.
Thank you for joining us.
Chat, what's your city? What city are you in?
We
Let
spent
us
so
know in
much
the
time with
comments
you over the
below.
past couple of days. It only makes sense that let everybody know what's happening here. So we are very appreciative for you to be here today.
I appreciate being here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, as I'm sure you've probably seen on social and from the clip before this, that Khalees is somebody that actually moved full time from the United States of America to Kenya a year and a half ago. And
Chat,
that's a story
what
within
is that?
itself. But since
From the
then,
States to
you
Kenya,
purchased a bunch of real estate.
right now to
You own a
Kenya.
lot of land. You become quite the mogul on this part of the world. So there's a lot to talk about from an aspect of moving. That's one conversation, but also from the real estate development, what you have going on, your future plans for your land, all that type of stuff. So
below, you can see the link.
let's get
Click
into
the
it.
link over and tap
People
in.
know you
Join
obviously
the discussion.
as a singer, as a performer in the United States
on here.
and all over the world. It's surprising that you would move to Africa for a lot of people.
Definitely
What made you want to leave Hollywood and go to Nairobi?
Well,
Where do we start?
Where
I
should
know,
we
right?
start?
I'm like, where do I even begin?
We left New York out of that whole thing. Shout out to New York.
I am a New Yorker, yes.
Shout out to all of them. Come on, man.
I mean, well, God, where do I begin? I think I own a farm in California, so I'm a farmer. And for me, just like,
How'd you get into farming?
well, I went to culinary school, I went to Le Cordon Bleu, and I started cooking. And then for me, just wanting to be able to control ingredients and what I'm eating, and I'm a mom, and so, you know, want your kids to eat well and kind of all that stuff. I just felt like I needed more education. So farming became that like freedom. Like, how do I make sure that the ingredients and the produce and all the stuff that we're using is like legit, like what it's supposed to be, right? So that's how I started. It was culinary school, then farm. I fell in love with farming. It was such a great experience, and then I really felt powerful. I felt like, wow, like I can actually like do this, and can I feed my family, but I can feed the people around me. Because I would grow, I didn't have a farm the way I have now here, but like, you know, I had 54 acres in California, and I would grow like, you know, kale and spinach, and then I would give it to all my neighbors. I would make bread, and especially COVID hit, so kind of right before I bought my farm, then COVID hit, so the whole world was shut down. I was just home. So I was giving like veggies to my family and to friends. People were coming and picking up eggs, and I was like, yo, this is like real. Like, this is, you know, especially the grocery stores were empty, and I just was like, it just made me think like, this is so powerful, right? And like, then I just started researching and thinking about like what that really looked like on a commercial level, because I was really just doing it on a small scale. And every image that I saw of a farmer just looked the total opposite of what I am, right? I was like, it's just some old white guy, and I was like, how, right? It's usually some indigenous land of someone else's. And I just felt like that's so contrary to what it should be. And then I just, you know, kind of started thinking about where else could I do this?
Selling
Where else would I
indigenous
want to be
lands. Crazy.
other than California? And, you know, a few years went by, and I don't know, I just decided, like, let's take a trip. And really, that's how it started. My sister called me, and she was actually, my sister called me, and she said, I'm going to Africa.
Yeah, chat. We'll get into it a little bit.
And
We'll get to it.
I was like, well, I'll fund it.
If you guys
right?
want,
My sister's a veterinarian, so.
That's a great sister. A great
Because I
sister.
was like, you know, I've got
Get
3
more
kids,
game
I've got
over
a
there.
farm, I have a
That
business. At
definitely
first, I was just
big
like, I could never
value
just
over
take
there.
it. She's like, I'm gonna
Just
go.
like we
I don't know how long I'm
provide
going
value,
for,
this isn't-
but I'm gonna go and just like
that
look
always
for land. She was
provides
like,
great
you know, I
value.
was reading and
Happen.
I wanted to follow the language of like, you know, our people and all these things, right? And I was like, that's so dope. I love that. It seems so far-fetched. Like, I can't just pick up my whole life. You know, we've talked about that, like, and just go. I've got kids, I've been at school, like all this stuff. And the more her and I started talking about it, because I was like, I'll pay for it. I was like, you know what? Why can't I go? I want to go. I was like, I'm going to pay for this whole trip. I want to go too. So then it came into like, well, now I got to bring my kids, right? Because we don't know how long we're going to be gone for. We figured a month
She
at
seems
first.
so cool too. Like,
And I was like, well, I need a nanny because I have my nanny. Then I was like, well, I should just bring my mom. Then as my mom's gonna go crazy, I need to bring my auntie. So then I brought my mom and my auntie so they can stay with the kids. And then me and my sister were gonna travel around. I was like, yo, well, we need to film this. So that's when, you know, Manny, the cameraman, came in. And then it was kind of like, it became this whole, and it was just this whole thing, and ended up being what was a month. We packed for a month. My staff at home, I was like, this is a month, I'll be back. Yeah. You know, and then it just,
To what country?
Yeah.
we started, so I'd already been to Kenya and to Zanzibar, like 5 years before that. So I was like, I've already been there, and Zanzibar is so pretty. I'll rent a house in Zanzibar. That way I know my kids will be happy. They'll be at the beach. My mom and my auntie will be fine. Post them up there, and then that way I can start to travel. So that's where we started. So they spent like my family spent like the first month really in Zanzibar. And then as I started traveling around, it was just, I was like, well, I need to bring them too. I was like, and then we got to Kenya. I was like, Kenya's got something. I was like, so then after a month, like a month and a half, I brought them here to Kenya. And then I kept traveling around. So that's really, and then the next,
Sorry about
just like I ended up here. It was never like the grand plan. It just sort of like
Just happened.
ended
Yeah.
up being
So,
that way.
so
Yeah.
you saw something in Kenya. You're in Nairobi, and when does the convincing happen for everybody? Like, hey, this is going to be more than a 6 month thing. And then the next piece is, all right, I was doing this in California. I potentially can do it here. How did that process work?
Well, initially we came out here, I was looking for land, not really just knowing what for even, or like just was like, let me get an idea, right? Ever since I bought the land in California, it changed my life, and I was like, I love this. Everywhere I go now, I need to be standing on land that belongs to me, right? So really it was like, where does it make the most sense? Just thinking about like laws and
Proper city.
what the culture of the country is, what the religion is, kind of all these things, right? Like where can I really, really be? Where it's not so different, but yet where I'm getting all the benefits of being on the continent. Kenya ended up being, as I started traveling, even though Kenya was like the second place that I came, second or third country that we came to, every property I saw after that, I kept comparing to Kenya. I'm like, well, they don't have this, and the kids would really, like, they're not going to have that, and how am I going to, kind of all these things, and everything just kept coming back to Kenya. So Kenya really was like, before I even knew that I was going to get the land here, it was like every country, like this place had everything, right? It had all the things that I felt like I needed to live like a normal life that I'm used to living. Normal being what I'm normal, my normal, right? And it just kept coming back to Kenya. Then it was like, okay, well, damn, now I need a lawyer. Now I got to figure out how do I not get taken, or how do I make sure that I'm doing service to the land that I'm buying, and kind of all those things. Because I really, like I said, I came out here with no friends. I had nothing other than the people I brought with me, and I didn't really know like what was allowed even,
So that's a big thing, and a lot of people have horror stories of they buy land from somebody that already owns land, or they might have got swindled. Or, all right, so you decide that you have a cultural connection, you like the vibes, it's modern, so you decide, okay, Kenya is the place I'm going to stay. But then, like you said, now you have to actually invest and buy property, and then figure out, how you're actually going to live.
Right.
How'd you do that? Did you have an advisor? Did you hire somebody to?
Yeah, man. Shout out EYL again. That's a great interview. If you really want to tap in, head over there, tap in, get yourself some game and some info right there. Rich ya. Like we said, we have everything else on our Twitter, on our X. If you want to tap in with us live, you can join the discussion here. So make sure you, what else we got? There's one part, I'll go back to the end. I was about to finish this video. I'm like, hey, let me do this for the end of the stream here. It's a Joe Rogan with The Mentalist. Yeah, definitely a great interview. Do chat. We're like that.
It's coming from an idea. And then these ideas, they manifest itself in physical form through human labor.
Hey, interview Joe.
Well,
He will have.
Schrodinger's cat, right? Does it happen if you don't observe it? Right? That's the weird thing about quantum physics, right? It's completely, you can't imagine it, but if you don't open that box, nothing's happened yet. It hasn't happened until you observe it.
Right.
They prove that.
Well, that's what it gets really weird. When people, there's a lot of people that are deciding now that to approach it as if consciousness is the reason these things exist, not consciousness is seeing that these things exist, that they only exist when you're interacting with them. Which is like, what?
Some of the stuff, when you read that, like I've read books about string theory, about quantum physics, it's too hard to process in the real world when you're like the table, but the table's actually empty space.
Right.
There's almost nothing in it solid.
Yeah.
Every atom, I don't even know what the numbers are, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, but how small is the nucleus and the actual physical items out of it? They're empty. Everything's empty.
Everything's empty. And then you get to subatomic and you're like, okay, well now this is just pure wizardry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Well, songs are interesting like that. You know who I met last year? I was in
Great interview
Sweden.
with
I did this conference. Brilliant Minds, amazing. And I met Max Martin. Do you know who that is?
He was on JDP.
Max Martin is, you should look this up, how many hits he has. So Max Martin has, I think, more #1 hits than anyone but Paul McCartney. Check that if I'm right. But I got there. There's so many interesting people. It was an amazing conference.
Spoiler
and I
alert.
was ready to geek.
Start of this for y'all, but the way he guessed Joe Rogan's pin number and got it, and he was so tripped out. You gotta go and see how he does that, chat. You literally gotta go check that out.
With him because I'm just so curious. It's the creative. Like, how does somebody come up with something? Is fascinating to me.
Right.
And one of his recent songs was "Blinding Lights" by The Weeknd. You know, that one's just such a massive hit, and I love that song, and I just like perfect. Sounds like a movie track in my mind. And how did you do that? Like, how, where did you start? Did you guys have a beat? Did you know the lyrics? Like, I'm just so curious. How does that happen? Is it like in 10 minutes? Is it months? And he just walked me through, like, he had a vision. We have this. We have, like, all this stuff that we sit down, and then the music, then this. I'm like, just, wow. It's so amazing to create something like that a billion people now listen to, #1 in every country in the world. It's like, how do you manufacture something so kind of perfect that everyone in the world likes it?
Yeah.
And is there a formula? Do you know it's going to be the hit before it is the hit? That to me is the most, like, how many bands get stuck for the rest of their life playing a song that they freaking hate, that they didn't know was going to be their, especially if you're a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
You're like dead in the eyes. You're like, I got to play this again.
Yeah.
I got to, come on, Eileen. Like, you
Isn't
better
it
love
funny
that song.
when you love a song and the artist doesn't want to sing it anymore? Like,
oh. And then they start singing it a different way at a concert. And you're like, why are you doing this weird a cappella, bro? I want to hear it like the radio.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's kind of the difference, though, between musicians and anybody else. Because musicians, you want to hear the same thing over and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have that a little bit where if I get clients who book me over and over, I say to them, do you want me to do something different? Because it's like jokes.
Right.
It's like, I've seen Gaffigan, you're going to do Hot Pockets. Like, people call it out. And I want to hear it, but you know the punchline.
Right.
Something that especially you're known for. So I found that if I did a completely different show, people are kind of mad. Like, I don't have exit surveys, but like I kind of listen in and see what's going on. And like, I wish he did that one. Bon Jovi has got to do "Living on a Prayer" at every gig, or people are pissed. For me, I need at least 2 of the things to be the same because people want to see if they can catch it the second time.
Got it.
So there's a level of they heard about it and they're like, oh, you got to do that thing with the thing, like, And so if I do everything new, they're kind of happy, but they still want a greatest hit. And it took me years to learn that. I used to be like, oh, I can't do the same thing. I got to be, unique. And then I learned that that's not better.
I was just thinking, like, mentalists would be the best police interrogators.
Right. Minority Report style.
Right? Don't you think? Like, if
I just want to get you guys informed because there's so much shit. There's literally too much shit going on. And if you're not finding a way to tap in, it's over for you, buddy. It's over, man. You might as well just lay face down for the rest of your fucking Because right now it's time to tap in. There's no way. There's no. Yeah. Let me focus on what we doing. Because it's very important. This is how I like my crib to look too, chat. This is what we going for. Minimalist. Everything clean as hell. Yeah, this is what we going for. Clean as hell. So that's what we're gonna have going on. Just gotta show you guys that right quick. Amazon, more robot news. You seen that on my page earlier. This is
say your prayers, read your Bible, fast. God is real, Jesus is back. Say your prayers, read your Bible, fast, sacrifice, let it go. Go to church, not just go to church, build your temple and get a personal relationship with God. You hear me? God seen me doing this before Cat did, before you did, before anybody else did. So I'm gonna make sure I say it again. Trust me. God is real.
Sure. Shout out to him. Always bringing good messages to people. Yeah, man.
Up, it's becoming more secure. It will be accepted by banks. It will. I'll leave it at this thought, which is when your bank tells you they'll buy Bitcoin for you and they'll make it really easy, and you can do it on the phone, it'll cost you $1 million Bitcoin. And when your bank calls you on the phone and says, you know, you really ought to buy Bitcoin, it's a digital monetary alternative, and when they recommend it, it'll cost you $10 million of Bitcoin. And right now, no bank's going to recommend it, and they're not going to help you buy it, and you're going to have to jump through hoops, and you're going to feel really nervous about it, but you'll get to buy it around 100,000 or a little bit less than 100,000 of Bitcoin. And I think they're all three the same risk-reward proposition, and I bought it at 10,000. I'm buying it in billions of dollars of quantity at 100,000. I'll be buying it at $1 million. I'll be buying it at 10 million.
Man, chat. This guy is. People think he's fucking psycho.
I think that's what's happening now.
You know what he's
Bought
saying?
it at 10,000. I'm buying it
All-time
in billions of dollars of quantity at 100,000. I'll be buying it at $1 million. I'll be buying it at 10 million.
That's all I got to say. Trying to say too much, trying to do too much, trying to give out the right game where it's needed. This was something interesting. AI bringing kids' drawings to life. This shit is bringing kids' drawings. Ninjas came literally every single day. Excuse me. Yeah, chat.
Military, as starving comedians would do. Did you really buy one?
Make fun of you about it and the whole.
It's crazy. I heard about this story, and I literally heard about this story yesterday from Wall Street. I mean, it's Robert Smalls spent years learning Confederate signals while enslaved in Charleston, led all these people to freedom. Crazy, bruh. So, yeah, man, just a couple things I wanted to show y'all. Kind of stay informed, stay tapped in. Make sure you're following Daily Dose Media for more game and insight. Always trying to give you the latest and greatest. Yeah, we're just watching some great content, man. And we were even watching some of that Dr. Umar interview as well. So we're just giving out a lot of game today, letting you tap into what we tap.
Your kid, or are you doing it just because you don't like public school? A big mistake homeschooling parents make, they homeschool because they don't like school. But they not homeschooling because they want to teach. You feel me? I've had parents fill out the homeschool paperwork because they always dropping their kid off late from school, and now they're about to get hit with truancy.
Here
And
was
so to prevent
Umar.
truancy,
You know, he's giving us some good informative knowledge, info, entertainment.
are you doing it for the right reason? Number two, are you an organized parent? Because guess what, bro? If you running 2 or 3 businesses and your wife got a full-time job, who gonna homeschool him? You feel me? You gotta have time to homeschool. You gotta have time. A lot of black activists, they wanna homeschool their kids. They're the worst people to homeschool. You know why? Because you're too involved in the community to educate the kids. Now, if you say Dr. Umar.
Yeah, just another great video. I'm gonna tap into some more of these with y'all, chat, because I know a lot of people like watching these type of things, right? Watching other people do these things. So we're gonna get into a little bit more of that, and we watch these videos anyway, so might as well just watch them with the community, obviously, right? So why not? Yeah, I got some history here that I was looking at, and yeah, did I tap into this? Yeah, Aristotle, just giving some more crypto game and insight on how to just level yourself up, man, in these markets. Definitely one of the mentors and learning from.
$40 right now. How can I put that to
definitely one of the people.
I just knew. You know how you can just tell, like, man, these niggas all like sheep. It's like a herd. You know? Even when I went to church, I was looking around like, damn, y'all just want to be like everybody else. Like, y'all just want to.
Also, other great ones.
Whatever the world is doing, y'all just
we're gonna bring those up shortly as we go through these.
Y'all fall in line with every fucking thing.
So yeah, tap in.
I woke up around 21 years old. I'm about to turn 29 soon. I've been awoke for 8 years. While I watch everybody decide to follow the crowd. Everything
They're like
do, y'all just follow.
That's
why I don't watch the news.
All these
because I'm black. So
also join this
I don't give a damn about no fucking Israel. I don't give a damn about no Ukraine. Like, give 2 fucks about Ukraine. Give 2 fucks about Israel. Why? Because they don't care about black people. You know what I'm saying? You go over there, they ain't gonna give a damn about you. So, you know, the news will tell you what to feel sorry for, how to feel. I don't vote. You get what I'm saying? Because I just feel like I was born in America, not by choice. So I choose to be a sovereign citizen, a Moor. I choose what I want to be in life. I'm an ATLian, but I'm a person who don't follow within the parameters of the crowd. I don't vote because that's what crowd does. Everything y'all do, I don't do. I don't eat noodles like that, you know, unless it's like an emergency. I'm talking about any way y'all think y'all like. I didn't listen to the Playboy Cardi album. I didn't want to lose. I ain't even gonna lie. That's my boy, and I couldn't even listen to it. I really feel sorry for this generation. I couldn't imagine if my son had to listen to that. You know, so somebody said I feel like that at work. Oh yeah, bro. But y'all gotta decide, do I want to kiss ass for the rest of my life? Or do I want to go make something of myself and be financially free and stick it to the people and fall off the grid? I decided that I'm going to apply all my genius, because think about it. You guys go to college to apply your genius to work for someone. You're going to spend, like, I don't feel like college is a great investment. Unless you're directly pipelined into a 6-figure job, it's not really a great investment. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think many things are good. I don't think making $1,000 a week is hard. Me personally, I think most people are capable of making $1,000 a week without a job. Most, not everybody. If you're a smart person, you're capable. Yeah, I think trades are better. You can make more money with a trade than going to school. Let's just say I know how to lay bricks, right? And I know how to do electricity, and I know how to renovate basements, and I know how to do all that, right? I would make more money than anybody who's about to go do a 4-year degree that's not medical, that's not engineering, all that bullshit. I'm gonna make more money than a teacher. I'm gonna probably make more money than a doctor, because if you advertise it right. So this is what I would do. I would go to trade school and learn carpentry, then I would go to probably get my associates in marketing, learn how to market my business. I wouldn't even go get my associates in marketing. I would go read books about marketing, because going to school for marketing is fucking stupid. Learning how to market from a teacher who has never marketed shit is stupid. You get what I'm saying? So if I was someone, I would learn barbering, and then I would go learn marketing. I would learn carpentry, then I would go learn marketing. All you got to do is learn a trade and learn how to market it, and you'll make more money. You don't need college. You don't need any of that shit. I would make more money being a barber than actually being a teacher. Think about it. A barber will make more money than a teacher.
To develop your mind, right? And
a person fixing, renovating basements.
Somebody who's actually in the process of getting their master's right now. I think school is actually essential to how I think right now, and it's key to analyzing and understanding things on a deeper level. So I definitely think education is key. So I disagree with Aristotle on that, but that's because I'm somebody who's went to school, and school is in my background. Like, that shit is in my blood. We just be going to school, getting this education, and that's what it's about. Started with criminology. Branched off into political science, bilingual political science. Yes, we speak French. We on parle français. So it's very important to really understand how to think and how to be, and all this shit is key, man. All this shit is key at the end of the day, and everybody's journey is different. So never let somebody tell you education is a bad thing unless you've tried it and thought for yourself it's not good for you, right? But don't discourage it for other people, because I think a lot of people could really learn and gain value from education and learning in a classroom setting. So definitely something to take in and understand, chat.
It's a plumber, all that shit. So yeah, bro, like shit. I probably work on the back of a trash truck before I go, do.
Hey man, but Aristotle usually gets a good game. I don't know what he was saying right there, but hey, let me give you guys some other sauce, because he gives you guys some really good sauce. I don't know what
A bit of money in. Most of your money needs to go here. 90% of my money.
Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. So cool. Like we said, man, we're just trying to provide the most value as we can. Make sure you like, share, and like these live streams so we can get out there every way possible. We just give some more game right here real quick.
So I'll say 80%. If I'm being honest, 80% of your money needs to go into shares. All right? So 80% needs to go into shares, 10% goes into leaps. The other 10% you trade with. Okay? So 80% we want to keep safe. So that's why you see a lot of my money is in here. And then I ain't gonna lie, I put a little money here.
Ooh. Yeah, we're going to continue to monitor these stocks, see how things go tomorrow. And we see that this feud with Elon and Trump has really caused some damage, right? Friday's jobs, hold on, it said Bazinga, where is it? 9 hours ago. Dow dips over 100 points. U.S. jobless claims increase. Yeah, so a lot of changes, a lot of downs. As you can see, Lululemon right here, down 22%. Holy shit. So definitely something to watch, man. This is changing time. I don't know why it dropped. We can check it out. Q1 earnings, was that why? Could be a buying opportunity.
Lululemon earnings are crossing the wire. The shares down a quick 13% here. That looks to be has to do with the company's revenue forecast for the second quarter. So I'll tell you that first. Net revenue for the second quarter seen by the company at 2.54 to 2.56 billion dollars. Analysts on average had estimated $2.57 billion. It also looks like that the company's forecast for the full year for net revenue leaves it room to miss estimates. For the first quarter, earnings per share met estimates, $2.60. And in the first quarter, net revenue at $2.37 billion. Comparable sales, which we always look at for this company as well, they were up 1% in the first quarter. America's comparable sales down 2%. International up by 6%. So seeing a little bit of weakness here.
Yeah, see Lululemon taking a big dip there. Still, their financials are looking hella good. Yeah, but yeah, that's a big slump. High, so it's not really that bad when you really look at it. Ooh, damn, they were a high up there, really. December 2023. They're still trying to come back from that. All right, so something to watch. After hours, what the? That was the after hours drop. $73, chat. Holy fucking shit. 73 fucking dollar drop. That's huge. That's a huge drop, chat. And I think that's a big buying opportunity too. Yeah, more Lululemon for the people, for the girls, for the women too. Might just buy some more of this shit. For some females that tap into the daily live, ST. Yeah, we here. But yeah, tap in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. More game to come. More positive insight to be shown. Yeah, more game to come, chat. We appreciate y'all. We see you. Save it up. Peace. Stay tapped in. Turn on the notifications too, chat. Turn on the notifications. Come on, man.